Good morning to all of you. Once again, myself, Professor Barwant MM, on the behalf of a Department of Botany. Today, I will conduct chapter number 2 of course BO 336, subject number 6, semester 3rd. Previous lecture we have conducting the chapter number 1st, introduction of biostatistics. I have cleared the all concept of biostatistics. From today we are taking a lecture or the learning things of the in the biostatistics. There is chapter number 2. There is sample and the sampling. In this chapter we have to conduct the content are definition of sample, sampling unit, sample and population, types of sampling, random sampling, non-random sampling. Next, random sampling type, in that with replicate, without replicate, systematic sampling, stratified sampling. In non-random there are also two types: purpose sampling, quota sampling. Next, need of a randomness, achieving randomness, lottery method, use of a random number table method, merits, limitation of a sampling. That are the content of a chapter number 2. Let's see for first what is the sample or the sampling. Sample are the number of individual are selected from the population. That selected individual represent whole population. That is known as a sample. In our figure, there is a population. From the population, some individual are selected, and that is known as a sample. Sampling, it is a not such difficult concept. Sampling is nothing but the selection of a number of individual from population which represent whole population. That is known as a sample. For example, we select a student from the class on the basis of intelligence, on the basis of weight, or the any parameter. That is known as a sampling. Next point is a sampling unit. The single element or the group of element subject to selection of a sample. That is known as a sampling unit. For example, unit we said the parameter. For example, unit when we take a sugar in the parameter of a kg. In same manner, the sample are taken in a sampling unit meant. Single element or the group of element subject to the selection of a sample. For example, we are selecting one student from your class. That is our sampling unit, or the number or the group of students select from your class. That is a one type of a sampling unit. Let's see the a cluster of group that has the some characteristic is common, like color. Here there are the three sampling unit: red, yellow and blue. I will explain that same way. In a cluster of group that having some characteristics in common, for the sampling we have to some criteria. I will tell the criteria is nothing but the parameter or the variety. For example, we are selecting student, we take a criteria of for example, criteria they have intelligence, having a good mark, that is a common character. Like a dullness, that is one of the common character. On that basis sample are taken. That is known as sampling unit. Sample are the part of a population. Large number sample may be taken from the same population, but all member not consider. The composition of sample vary in size, vary in techniques. Sample as refer as a number of individuals select from the population. Sample is a representation of a whole population character. Is there is a basic concept of a sample or the concept of sample. Sample are the part of a population. Large number of sample taken from the same population, but all member are not considered. For example, we are selecting a sample or the choosing a student. We could not choose the all student. We choose the some member having the greater character. That is known as a sample. The composition of sample is a vary in a techniques. Sampling is taken by the various technique. For example, we taken a randomly sample from your class, and we taken a sample by the systematic way. Take a entrance and the talented student will be select. That are the two techniques. Sample refer as the number of individuals select from the population. Sample various author or various biostatisticians giving the number of concept, but actual base of the selecting of a number of individual from the population, that is known as a sample. Sample is represent the whole character of a population. For example, I will select the student from the TYBAC class. I have to select student from the TYBAC class, but that student can represent whole class. That is known as a sample. For example, CR of your class can represent whole your class. That is known as a sample. Next, population. Population is defined as the totality of individual of given species in given time and in given area. Population is nothing but the totality of individual live in a specific area in a specific time. That is known as a population. Population of statistics is always means that the individual observation. If we take a 10 men and study the serum cholesterol level in their blood and determine the conclusion about the all men, taking a sample of all population is a complete set of observation, is also referred as a population. For example, total number of student in a class, total number of books in a library, total number of houses in a villages. Population can explain in a different way. First, population statistics always means the individual of population. Population, it is one of the demographic concept, but population in statistics is also referred as a individual observation of a data. If we take a 10 men and the study of serum cholesterol level in their blood and determine the conclusion about the all men. There is simple example. We are taking a blood sample of all men and determine the serum and the cholesterol level in that man. That is one type of a population. Population is a complete set of observation, is referred as a population. Total number of students in a class, it is a one type of population. Total number of books in a library, it is a one type of population. Total number of houses in a village, it is a one type of population. That are the some concept of a sample and the sampling unit we have see today's lecture. In that, there are the first we have to see the sample. What is meant by sample? Sampling unit, basic concept of a sample and the population. Remaining part we will see in the next video. Thank you.